The United Nations organization is one of the biggest problems we are having here on earth. That the suffering, the killing, the torture, or the calamity all over the world. If you ask me who is to be blamed, I personally will blame the United Nations organization. This is an organization with 195 countries, in which those 195 countries have to be loyal to the United Nations organization. But all the purpose, the objectives of the United Nations, they do not respect. The main objective of the United Nations was to maintain peace all over the world. And then if you look through that article, you discover that it stated that they have to prevent conflict and maintain peace. When they talk about preventing it, is that you struggle by all possible means to stop it from happening. Meaning, the United Nations was supposed to be in between, involving that if there is conflict between two nations, as it is starting, maybe because if two nations are fighting today, they did not just suddenly start fighting. There could have been some misunderstanding behind. So United Nations was created that when that misunderstanding started, the United Nations should step in and settle that problem so that it should not become a conflict. But the United Nations failed in that domain and suddenly turned into a humanitarian organization where they focus on curing problems instead of preventing problems. That is the main problem that we are having, the United Nations organization. And this organization is failing because the organization was created by some particular group of selfish people for their own selfish reason, and then convince a weak country to join them. And we are having 195 countries within sitting and listening and hearing and receiving information from the top wicked, selfish group of people. When you look the way things are being managed here on earth, you discover that the United Nations has no voice. Just look at what is happening in Russia, in Ukraine, and in Gaza. From there, you know that the United Nations has no voice. The United Nations is talking and calling for ceasefire, and the United States of America is calling for conflict, for fighting, supporting, and sending military weapons without the consent of the United Nations. Meaning the United States of America is more powerful than the United Nations. Why? Because they have that power, that veto power within the Security Council. A whole continent like Africa is not having a seat within as a permanent member of the United Nations. People have been fighting and fighting, no way. United Nations is now moving from one place to another distributing food, in which United Nations was created to come out with ideas and join experts together and country together so that they can see into it that more food are being produced for the human beings. But United Nations is from one place to another helping refugees, collecting money from people, and that has become one of the richest organizations. They decide who is to head the organization. And some particular group of 5 countries controlling all the countries in the world and decide what they have to. If they decide that you have to be fighting, you have to be fighting. If you look through the article of the United Nations, you discover that there is an article for disarmament. They convince all countries to disarm or to destroy all terrible weapons, nuclear weapons. But nobody did it. They keep on producing it, and the United Nations remain quiet. That is what I keep on saying, that the United Nations should be dissolved. If we want a better society, the United Nations should be dissolved and a genuine international organization created. That is the only way for peace to reign on earth.